Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with another episode of Moths and the Scratic, the scrap busting ephemera making challenge that I am hosting this month, the month of January, so that we can clean out our scrap attic, our scratic, and get some space made for the new year, so we can put some new scraps in there. And you guys, for this one, in addition to the bad lighting and positioning of my camera as I am watching this, glowering, I don't know why it's so far up like that, but whatever. I thought we would go really simple. Really simple, by just making some tags. Just some simply decorated tags. One, because I had this big old piece of coffee dyed paper that needed somewhere to go, and two, because I was tired. I was tired when I recorded this one and was just like, oh, well, yeah, it's not that complicated, but you can get it done right now as long as you don't go super crazy. And that is the vibe that I brought to the function. So yeah, I dug through my little bin of, things that I pulled specifically for this project. And in there were some stickers that I was like, I really wanted to use these, and I haven't used them, and I looked at the little list of prompts and was like, I cannot see myself using them for anything else, so, today is the day. If you are going to use them, it has to be today. So yeah, that's how I got here, to this point, where I am now making very simple, straightforward tags that are slightly more complicated now that I'm looking at it. A lot more work than I think most people would put in for a simple tag, quote-unquote. But I do like it because I am making, sister tags. They are couples in that way. There are a couple of tags that I am making, one large, one small, like a big sister and a little sister. And they're going to be the same exact tag, just in two fonts. Uppercase and lowercase, I guess, is essentially what's happened here. Not two fonts, but two sizes. And so, the original piece of scrap paper had a line on it that works as a surface, because I needed it to have a surface, like a floor or a tabletop. That's what I'm thinking when I'm saying surface. I needed it to have something like that, and it had it. So I added that to the other tag because it didn't have it. I don't know which version I like better. I like the light, surface line, but I also like the dark line, too. And yeah, it was basically, on this one, was just getting the little pieces together. I already knew exactly how I wanted these to look. There wasn't a lot of speculating or wavering on how this tag was going to look. It was a very straightforward idea. I wanted to put moths in a jar, and that's what I did. But then I was like, okay, how else can you represent couples? And so I have these little daguerreotypes, of course, because they are my current visual obsession. And I picked the ones that had two people on it, whether it be brother and sister, sister and sister, brother and brother, I don't think made an appearance, mother and daughter kind of thing. There's a couple of people on these tags to just drive in the couples bit of this prompt home. Although I do think in both cases it is mother and daughter. In both cases, I'm not 100% certain, and I could go look with my eyes to see which prints I used, but I'm not going to do that. I will say I have been sort of obsessed with making sure that these are shiny, using the clear embossing powder on it. I have been using the ultra thick because I don't have any of, I have a little bit of the fine, clear embossing powder left, but not enough to be using it all willy-nilly, I need to get more of that, so I have been using the thicker one, but I think because of the vintage nature of these photographs, and that they are in fact vintage photographs that have been photographed, not scanned. So I think putting the clear coat on top makes them, one, really cool and shiny. It looks like a pane of glasses on top of it. But two, also brings the image to life a little bit. So I do really like that vibe. I don't even know where I was going with that. That's what I've just been doing. That's what I did, was emboss them. And then I used a couple of moths, pairs of moths, to go into our jar and our mason jar, respectively. So yeah, I have a bunch of these clear, bottle and jar stickers in my stash that I just don't bust out a lot, but they're cool. I will say that a darker background would have probably served me better here because the sticker itself is white, but in person you can see it, so it's fine. You can see it here too, in this weird lighting where I realized I didn't even have my other light on. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing this little like vignette, I guess, this little portrait of some moths in a jar, surrounded by another couple, with their pictures and some leaves. I don't know. It's a vibe. It's a thing. I like the way this looks for something very simple and straightforward. I'm really happy with how this came out. It came out exactly how I pictured it in my head, and that very rarely happens when crafting. Usually there's some sort of obstacle I have to overcome to sort of change my vision in some way, shape, or form, or what I think isn't what happens on the paper because I get carried away with the crafting bug. Like something like that happens where it comes out different looking, but in this case, it came out looking exactly how I imagined it, and I am pleased, pleasantly pleased with how it turned out. I like having a little big version and a little tiny version of this tag, and then I used my autumn words to sort of seal the deal here, and add a little sentiment to it. So for one, I think it is the collection, and the other one is I'm never growing up, because on the other one there's like a little baby and a mom, so I just thought it was cute, because it's like trying to preserve memories, like trying to preserve these moths in a jar. You guys ever caught fireflies in a jar? I never got to do that. I've seen fireflies, but we never got to keep them in jars. And now that I think about it, it's a weird, cruel practice. But at any rate, that's what we made. So yeah, it's a quick one, but I hope it's a good one. I will catch you guys all tomorrow in the next edition of Moths in the Scratic. Check out the playlist, see what everybody else is making. And until next time, guys, I appreciate your faces. Happy crafting and goodbye!